today we're going to talk about healing. And what does that mean, healing? So every person is going to have their own interpretation of what healing means. And I'm going to give you kind of the general overall definitions that my guides give me. Okay? So if I'm asking Yeshua, Jesus, if I'm asking Yeshua, his definition of healing is coming into complete alignment and integrity with the all that is, the source creator. Okay, that's healing for Yeshua. We are in full alignment with not only ourselves and our soul purpose and our life path, but also with our originator source. And that seems pretty complete. Now, when I ask some of the other guides, they all, of course, help with different things. So some of them talk about mental healing, some emotional healing, some physical healing. And so I've asked before we came live today if the guide team, the council itself, could kind of give us an overall, like, number one top tip or tool for healing. What's the most helpful thing that we can use to find ourselves in a state of healing, health, wholeness, integrity, alignment, right? Any of that. And so they informed me that they've already put this in place for everyone in the newsletter community because they created the course on spiritual hygiene, spiritual protection. And so I was like, okay, so then spell it out for me. And they said very clearly that the number one tool that you can use for your healing is appropriate groundedness and connection, spiritual hygiene, energetic hygiene, physical hygiene, and then energetic, spiritual, and physical protection. And those three are actually one thing. They consider them to be one thing because that triad doesn't work if any of those are not functioning properly. So they actually put together a course. It's a beginner's course on, how to do those things, and it's free for my newsletter community. So if you want that, just sign up for my newsletter, and the link should be above, but I'll also put it in the description for you. And I ask, okay, tell me more. Tell us more. And I'm asking now, tell us more about this. And Yeshua is stepping forward. Like he's like, I got this. And so the reason that our grounding and connection is so important is it helps us be more fully embodied into the human experience, because we spend a lot of time outside of our bodies, right? We're projecting our thoughts, we're projecting our emotions, we're projecting our intentions. We're spending an enormous amount of time outside of our physical body. And he's saying not just time, spending a lot of energetic resources, a lot of our bandwidth, right? Outside of our physical body. And so when you're grounding in, one of the first things you do is you call all your energy back from all the places that it is, from your past, your present, and your future. And when you're doing that, all of the energy that you have projected out into the world comes back to you. And it's stripped clean and clear, and it brings you back into wholeness, and you can be in your body. Now, once you're in your body, since we're talking about health, once you're in your body, you begin to notice things that don't feel right, that don't feel aligned, that don't feel like yours, that don't feel good. Okay? And in being aware of those things, now you can address those things, whether it's past life, present life, if it's a physical ailment, if it is some hidden baggage, something that you're continuing to carry that no longer serves you, right? You can then be able to address it, because basically they've showed me a picture of this several times. We think we're walking around as spirits in a meat suit. And that's true. We are spirits walking around in a meat suit. But the problem is, we don't just have a meat suit, we have an energetic suit. And that energetic suit is filled most of the time with a bunch of garbage. It's filled with negative thoughts, negative emotions, trauma, drama, um, um, fear, negativity, anger, frustration, victimization, right? All of those energies. It's filled with garbage that we don't need anymore, right? Because a lot of us, when we're trying to do our daily lives, and they're going to say more about this in a minute, not only are we walking through everybody else's energy fields and everybody else's garbage suits that they're wearing, anything that aligns with us, that also aligns with them, can then attach to us. So we've got this physical body meat suit that our spirit lives in. Then we've got this energetic garbage bag. And then outside this energetic garbage bag are other things that are sticking to us as we're living life, as we're going through our everyday experience. And again, when we get close to energies or resonances that are similar to what's in our garbage bag, those energies can attach to us, because like attracts like. And so then we just are carrying additional garbage, negativity, toxicity, but it's on the outside of our garbage bag, which means people can perceive those things. When we're walking around with our garbage bag and it's got some victimization here and it's got some judgment here and over here it's got some lack, and you're in communication with someone else, usually as humans we're close to each other when we're talking in person, which means our energy fields are overlapping, which means our garbage bags are overlapping, which means our outside of our garbage bags are overlapping. And anything outside that garbage bag is obvious. Okay, I'm going to say that again. Anything outside that garbage bag is obvious because it's outside, right? It just came and attached to you. So other people are going to be able to pick that up. And whether you are doing anything, acting out judgment, if you have that judgment outside your garbage bag stuck to you, then the person you're talking to, if they don't have good boundaries, good energetic parameters of their own, they're going to perceive that judgment. And when they're perceiving that judgment is going to show up for them as either, oh, this is a very judgmental person, or this person is judging me right now. Okay? Neither one of those things may be accurate or true, but that is the perception, because the people are perceiving, actually become aware, conscious of the energy that's outside your garbage bag. And so when we are facilitating experiences with other people, I'm going to say that differently. When we're doing stuff with other people, the guys use these higher English, sentences. They're much more eloquent than I am. So when we're doing stuff with people, other people's outside garbage can stuff, our garbage bag stuff, can jump on us, and our stuff can jump on them, and we can exchange them. And it wasn't a conscious thing. It's just these cooties, right, that we have, that we're walking around with, that are hopping from person to person. And we're going about our lives wondering, why did this person think I was judging them? I wasn't judging them. I was being supportive. Why would they think I was judging them when they were picking up on those cooties that are outside your garbage bag of judgment? So, because that's what's happening all day long as you're living your life and moving through the earth plane, it's imperative that you give yourself energetic showers. Now, if you start your day with the grounding and protection and the spiritual hygiene, which is in that course, if you start your day with that, it's going to be easier for you to notice when you're around other people's cooties, when you're around the outside garbage bag stuff, because you'll be able to notice it. And if your shields are up and you're in your encased protection field, and you're keeping your vibration up high where you want it to be, then you're going to notice instantly when something is not that. When something is not either high vibration or something's trying to bing off of your protection shield. Now, our protection shields that we put on protect our energy fields from those cooties. That's one of the things that protects them from. It protects them from negative energies, which is any energy that is not aligned with your intention, okay, for the day, for the week, for the year, for the life, okay? That makes it negative. If it's not aligned for you, it's negative. And so because it's negative, it's going to keep you off track, knock you off track. It's going to cause confusion, delusion, trauma, drama, illness, distractions, right? Any of those things. And so that's what makes it negative. There's also negative entities, and there's a whole lot that we can talk about that. We could talk a year about negative entities. And so just what I'm going to say is there are negative entities that exist on planet Earth. Some are in a body and some are not in a body. Some are in the emotional realm, some are in the mental realm, some are in the physical realm, some are in the spiritual realm. Okay, so that means third dimension physical realm, fourth dimension emotions and thought realm, and fifth dimension spiritual realm. Okay, and others, but we're not going to talk about those. So they do exist, and they have different results, they have different abilities, they influence you differently, and they can harm you and your intentions differently. Okay, again, that protection that we're doing is also protecting us from those entities. So it's important to understand that I'm hearing multiple things at the same time. So I'm going to start with this one. It's important to understand that science has explained to us how germs and viruses work in the physical realm. They work exactly the same way in the non-physical realms. Okay, they multiply, they attract like to like, they jump from person to person, they can be spread, right? All of that is the same. And so it should not be difficult for us to understand that spiritual cooties exist the same way as energetic cooties exist, which is the same as mental cooties, which is the same as emotional cooties, which is the same as physical cooties. Okay? We understand physical cooties, and as above, so below. So anything that's happened in the physical also happens in all the other dimensions. So there's that. And as you're doing your grounding and your protection and your spiritual hygiene, energetic hygiene, I'm using those words interchangeably. When you're doing that, what you're doing is you're clearing out not only that outside garbage bag, but you're clearing out as much inside your garbage bag as you can. And I am a huge proponent for therapy, for coaching, for energy work, for breath work, for all of the tools that are available for us to cleanse out our thoughts, emotions, to help us use better words, and to help us take more aligned action for ourselves. So, the more that we're doing all of that, the more we're clearing out inside our garbage bag and clearing out our mental body, our emotional body, and our physical body. Okay? Now, we can clear out our physical body, our emotional body, our mental body, and our spiritual body through energetic work. It's one of the things that I do in sessions. And we also can do it through all the other modalities that are available. Okay? The problem is, if we're doing the clearing, no matter who's doing it, if you don't do your daily and nightly spiritual energetic hygiene and protection, all that garbage is just going to come back. And if you're not doing your therapy and learning how to really let go of all that stuff that no longer serves you, all that stuff is going to come back. And so that's why this number one tool for healing is learning how to properly do your spiritual, emotional, physical, mental hygiene and protection. And so, hold on, I'm listening. Yeah. So, the biggest takeaway today is do your therapy, do your coaching, learn how to manage your thoughts and emotions, learn how to use that heart space of neutrality. If you don't know what that is, I have a course on that, so I'll link that below. And find your strength in your ability to be neutral, including that grounding and protection that's going to keep you inside of a bubble that's going to allow you to not only pick up when things are off, right? That's what we started with. You're in your body, you notice when things are off, but also to understand which places are for you and which places are not for you. Meaning, if you're heading to a store and your body, if you're present in your body, right? You've done your grounding and protection, your spiritual hygiene, and you're going to a store, and this has happened to me multiple times. You're going to a store and you pull up there and your energy says, nope, I just drive away. That was a no. Okay? I don't need to know why. I don't need to know what's happening. That is a no for me. Well, I can get whatever I need somewhere else or some other day or some other time. That was a no for me. Because, and I learned this because I ignored it for 30 years and got into a whole bunch of trouble. Meaning, either I was in a place I wasn't supposed to be in at the wrong time and terrible things happened, or I fell down and hurt myself, or I got some energetic cooties that were not mine that took me years to get off of me, right? It was not the place for me. And so now that I know better, I do better. So when I get that energetic hit of nope, my answer automatically is this is not the place for me. That's a no. And we'll go do something else. I'll go to a different store. I'll go back home. I'll change my plans entirely. Because a no is a no. And you learn then to trust your intuition. You learn to trust this feedback that you're getting in your energy field, which then allows more of that information to come in because now you're cooperating with it, right? If your energy field is telling you no and you're doing things anyway, is your energy field going to keep telling you after hundreds and hundreds of times of you ignoring it? No, it's going to go numb because you're continuing to abuse it instead of listening to it. And that happens to us all the time. And so the more that you listen to your energy field, the more you're aware of what's happening inside, but you're also aware of what's happening outside. And you know places that are aligned for you. You know people that are aligned for you. If you're concerned or you're interested either in working with someone and you didn't just automatically get a full being yes, meaning your thoughts, emotions, your physical body, your spiritual body, right? Your inner, like you, it wasn't just an absolute yes. Then you're like, okay, where's the problem? And you can bring it in and say, okay, is this an energy field thing? No, it's fine. Is it a mental thing? No. Is it an emotional thing? Yes. Ooh, what is this emotional thing? Is it my emotion or is it their emotion? And you can work through whatever the thing is. You begin to be empowered in a way that you've not been empowered before because you are the one running your show. You're the one listening to your energy field, which knows way more than we do, knows our intention, it knows our life plan. It has kept us in integrity and wholeness for this time that we're here, during the times we're not giving our power and our energy away, right? That's why we call that energy back. And we're able to sit in a place of cooperation with our own energy field, which is our intuition, which is our connections, which is our alignment and integrity. And we're able to make choices that then align with that alignment and integrity and our life plan and our intentions. Because we're not distracted by everything outside. We're not distracted by anything else other than our own alignment. And so, nope, that's it. I was like, what else? Nope, that's it. They said, start here. Start with this. Start paying attention to what your energy is telling you. And don't always assume that it's something about the other person or the other place. That no, okay, driving up to the store and getting that energy hit of no, that no may have had nothing to do with the store. It might have been for me. It might have been something as simple as, you're not as grounded as you need to be, and they've got a wet floor in there right now, and it's possible you could slip and hurt yourself because you're not all the way in your feet. That's fine. It's still a no. Now, in those situations, I usually get additional information. They'll say, you're not grounded enough to go in there. Okay. So then I pull over, I get grounded, and then I say, okay, now, and they're like, nope, just go on and do something else. The energy's off now. You've deviated. Okay. And maybe I circle back later that day. But again, it is in cooperation. We're operating together with the physical body, the emotional body, the mental body, and the energy fields. Okay? Yep, that's it. Go put that into place. Go practice. If you want that free course on spiritual hygiene and grounding and connection, just sign up for my newsletter. If you're already on the newsletter, then and you missed it somehow, then go ahead and click the link in the description. So that'll be there for you so you can have it. It's a free class. Do it. You can listen to it every day. You can download the audio to your phone, and you can do it every day. And there's a separate one for every night. Okay, it's a full class. Enjoy it. Leave a review on it. So other people know how you enjoyed it. And we'll see you next time. Take care. Love you. And I'll talk to you soon.